Welcome to our very first um, Seattle Angel Conference turned international, which is now the Startup Investor Accelerator Program. This is the Transatlantic Angel Conference, the very first one that we've done. And we've been working for a while on this. We want to share with you what we're doing, and we will bring everything together today to a closure and choose which company we're engaging in. So we've spent some time engaging with each other in breakout rooms. Feel free, if you want to be found, to put your LinkedIn into the chat. This is our LinkedIn for the Startup Investor Accelerator, which is the overall umbrella that we're using for the transatlantic effort. We have a goal of creating more flow in our ecosystem, and that process happens when startups get resources from their local community at the very beginning. So by building more new angel investors, we're able to activate our local ecosystems, get the startups to move faster, get the investors to share in that process of growth and wealth creation. And as a result, everybody works better, everything works better. If you're an angel and you're interested in our programs, then going to our Transatlantic website or our Startup Investor Accelerator website could be useful. That's the first link. We have a series of workshops that we're running. Since we're doing both European as well as US things, we have two different sets of workshops, but the middle link will get you to workshops that we're doing for Startup Investor Accelerator. And then we are going to run this again in the fall. And so it's possible for you to sign up for the next one if you're interested. So how does this program work? We gathered a bunch of companies. We gathered a bunch of investors. We've gone through this process of sort of American Idol meets startup, where we do pitches and reviews and selection. We focus that down to some specific finalist companies. You will see the 4 finalists today. And then in that structured process, we spend a month on due diligence, exploring all the edges of those companies. And then we come together today to hear one last presentation from the companies and to see what the due diligence teams think. And then we'll go into the back room and have a discussion and vote and select one of those companies that we are going to make an investment in. The structure of our program is it's $5,000 for each investor in the program, and they create a fund. We have 25 investors. Due to some limitations of how we structured the SPV. SPV is a special purpose vehicle where we put the investment, and that will then go into the winning company. We're using Mossy Ventures as an overall umbrella to run all of our different programs. We started in Seattle with a program called the Seattle Angel Conference that we've been running for a decade. We experimented with a health-focused one, APIS Health Angels, that we're working on doing the second one in February of 2023. And now we're working on the transatlantic one. This is the first of the transatlantic ones, and then we'll try to get into a pace for those as well, with an effort to expand that to broader places. We know that when we do angel investing right, that angel investing can produce reasonable returns. And one of the core issues around doing angel investing right is to build a portfolio of well-evaluated companies. So if you spend a reasonable amount of time at due diligence and you explore that up front, and you do it in a way that you build yourself a reasonable portfolio of 20 to 40 companies, that you have a reasonably good chance of being an effective angel investor. So part of what we want people to do is to learn how to do due diligence. Part of what we want people to do is to learn how to select the company that is right for them and the things that they can contribute to. And then part of what we want is to build a group of people that are working to create portfolios that are healthy portfolios. We know that angel investments are not liquid. You put your money in and then you get to have it for a very long time. Since we're engaging at the pre-seed level, pre-seed investments might take 10, 12, maybe 15 years before they come back. The things that don't work tend to fail quickly, as opposed to ones that do work and take time to get big, take a long time. The relationships matter. The relationship with the founder matters. The contributions you can make to the founder matters. And that portfolio that you build really is an important thing. So we spend a lot of time asking the question about what your investment thesis is. And we hope that in the process of doing this learning by doing program, that we have been able to get our investors to think more about their due diligence process and their investment thesis. We've been running this. I'm the founder of the Seattle Angel Conference, and we've expanded this to the Mossy Ventures and the Startup Investor Accelerator. Astrid is the country manager for Europe, and is working with us to make sure that we get a stronger program that's spread across Europe as we go forward. And has been doing a lot of the core background work to make this program come together at all. So without her, there would not be this program at all. Our sponsors have helped us get there. Without these organizations supporting us, we would not have been able to engage in this process. We have help with our accounting and help with our marketing, and even some organizations like Core Angels that have been doing some work. We also have a membership in Avon, and we'll hear a little bit more from them today. Our lead investor is Ophir. Ophir has been organizing the SPV and helping us gather the investors and helping us gather the companies. I think his audio isn't working really well, so maybe that's...
Hi, I don't know if you hear me well. Yeah, hi, hello everybody.
You have a lot of background noise, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. But Ophir has been core to the process of putting together this team of investors. But we gathered investors from all around the world, from Israel, Spain, Estonia, Canada, and the United States. And hopefully they all have investor in their name when you're doing the breakout rooms, and you'll be able to engage with them some more. I'd like to bring Jacobo up to the program. Let me get rid of my sharing here. Stop sharing. Jacobo, can you?
Hey.
There we
Hello.
go. If everyone goes to speaker view, you should see a great speaker view of Jacobo. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
John, fantastic. Thanks so much for inviting me, and really congratulations on the work you guys are doing, and helping more people become angel investors and get into this extremely interesting investment space in the right way. So thank you very much for the work you guys are doing there. I wanted to take maybe just a couple of minutes of your afternoon today to talk to you briefly about IBAN, the trade association for business angels in Europe, where we're very happy to have John and his team and everyone at the Startup Investor Accelerator as our members. IBAN is a trade body, a trade association that represents the business angel community across the European continent since the late 90s when we got started. Our association is focusing on introducing and spreading the culture of angel investment across Europe, helping new clubs and new networks get formed, and also helping people get started with their investment activity. What we do, we stand here, we're mission oriented and are here to drive successful and responsible angel investment. So this is also why I was particularly happy to hear about the work that is being done during the course of this particular program. And we do this in a number of ways, which I'll show you in a moment. We're also here to help angels support the entrepreneurs and the innovators in the best possible way. So to be smart investors and provide the startups they're investing in a lot more than just their capital. And then finally, as a trade body, we work with institutions, typically the ones at the European Union, but also the ones at a national level, supporting new policies, new regulations, new programs that the public can set up to support better the startup and investment community.
Yeah, to be honest.
Jacopo, Switzerland, and the UK is part of it.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, absolutely. So just in a nutshell, this is...
Sorry,
Jacob,
Jacob,
no worries. So in a nutshell, this is our community. We have about 100 member organizations, the bulk of which are business angel clubs, business angel networks, typically networks that invest locally in the startups raising usually a seed round. But we don't only have those kinds of organizations as members. As you can imagine, in the course of the past 20 or so years, there have been many different players coming to the market and investing also in very early stages of startups development. So IBAN has, to some extent, also added to its membership base other early stage investors, such as VCs, which we call early stage funds, any governmental players supporting startups, accelerators and incubators doing work to advance startup development, etc. And geographically speaking, we are very much a European focused and based association, but nevertheless have some members also coming from other parts of the world that for a reason or the other look at Europe either as a place to invest in or to grow a business in. Here's what we do as an association. IBAN is basically connecting the community. We do this mostly by hosting some really good events where typically we have a lot of attendees coming from our network and also coming from other parts of the ecosystem. We do the annual Congress and the annual summit every year. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about the next upcoming event, which is the summit. But these are great places to meet and connect with other angel investors, to start building up your own personal contact and network base as an individual angel getting started. And ultimately, it's also a great place to learn from others, learn from more, let's call them veteran investors, and also the many life learned lessons that they convey during our events. We do a lot of work at IBAN within our community with regards to supporting cross-border syndicated investment between IBAN members. We do this in a fairly soft way by providing a platform for angels to see great startups that are fundraising and that typically also have some lead investors or angel investors getting involved in the companies that are coming from our network. So we do a lot of pitching events for that purpose of connecting the community and giving them cross-border investment opportunities. And typically these pitching events also take place in our annual Congress and Summit, as well as online during events we host in a webinar style. We do a lot of work as well on educating investors. This is mostly led by our members who host webinars and host workshops for us, conveying one or more best practices when it comes to angel investments. We do also quite a lot of work in educating founders and helping entrepreneurs become so-called investment ready. We do this in numerous different ways, but there's a lot of emphasis on educating the entrepreneurs through workshops, as well as during one-on-one mentoring programs that we have for selected founders. Within IBAN, we focus also a lot of the work and a lot of the networking and connection building on a sector or thematic basis. We have started different communities at IBAN dedicated typically to either a sector or a theme. such as impact investment, space, and many others that you can see on these slides, which by the way, I'll be happy to share with you all at the end of this webinar. Research and policy, one of the areas that is really important in driving our work as a trade body. So we focus on measuring investment activity across European markets, helping our network members also measure and collect data regarding angel investment activity. And we produce typically 3 annual reports that are then the basis for a lot of the work we do as a trade association based in Brussels. Last but not least, IBAN is here really to help build capacity within the angel communities and ecosystems. This is done also very much in coordination, in support of our members, and hence I'm particularly happy to also be with you here today, helping build new generations and new angel investors that can help continue investing in the startups in their communities, locally speaking. Speaking of upcoming events, and given that we have you all as IBAN members indirectly through the direct membership of the Startup Investor Academy, we are able to extend to you a free invitation to join us in Brussels later this year on the 11th and 12th of October for our annual European Angel Investment Summit. This is an event that's attended by roughly 400, 500 people. It is an event which we use a lot for best practice and knowledge sharing through different workshops that we host there. We also use this event to discuss the more latest trends and developments when it comes to angel investment. And then we host the event in Brussels really as a way to bring our community's voice closer to the ears of policymakers, and in particular to the EU institutions that we interface with. On the slide, you have the website, but also you have your free code. This is what you can use to sign up for the event. It is a face-to-face event. After a very long period of online and lots of conferences being held online, we're very excited to finally be back and welcome our community face-to-face in Brussels. We've done huge efforts also to make everyone's participation free of charge for this much awaited regathering of our community. So we really look forward to meeting you in person there and to see you later this year in October in Brussels. Here you can have a little bit more of our contact details, and I'll drop them in the chat as well. I'd like to really wish everyone a great rest of the afternoon. I know you have a very rich program and are in the best of hands for the next couple of hours today. So thanks so much, everyone. Really a pleasure. And thanks again, John, in particular, for inviting us over to say a couple of words.
Thank you. It's great to have you here and enjoy having the broader community participating in our efforts. Associated with Avon, we have also the Angel Capital Association of in the United States is essentially a peer group, and that peer group does many of the same things but focused on the United States. And so being a member, a participant of the Angel Accelerator, the Startup Investor Accelerator program that we're running, also gives all of our members membership into the ACA. So both IBAN and ACA along the way. Now, I did not see Sarah come in. So if you're here, now it's time to raise your hand. All right.
Sarah's not here. No.
Yep. So welcome to our demo day. Again, we had 25 investors. We selected 4 finalist startups. And today we're going to select a recipient of the investment that we're going to make. That doesn't preclude us having sidecars formed, and often in the Seattle Angel Conference, we've seen sidecars happen along the way. So we don't actually know how many of the companies will get funded by our investors, but we know exactly one will get one here shortly as we decide. So let me say, just so that we're dealing with the legalities a little bit in the US context, we are not making an offer today. This is just a sort of an illustration, a peek behind the curtain of what angel investors are doing, and we're not doing anything in specific, and we're not asking anyone in the audience to invest. The investors have already made their commitment to be participating, and we will be just working on that. If you have an interest in any of those companies, you should talk to the companies directly, not any of our stuff. This is not a public offer. Our program has finalists, semi-finalists, quarterfinalists, semi-finalists, and finalists, and we will pick one of the finalists. But along the way, some of the companies that are selected for the semi-finalists, but not for the finalists, are still interesting companies, and we wanted to highlight that. So we're going to highlight 4 of those companies that are semi-finalists today. And then we're going to also go through and have 10-minute pitches from our 4 finalists. Luana, Botegrity, Ino, and Zim are going to give 10-minute pitches, and we'll engage in that process together. And then we'll do an investors vote along the way. And so let us do a little bit of housekeeping here, and let me put you into breakout rooms for a moment so that you have the chance to visit with people. I will give you 10 minutes, and then we will be back in a little bit. So let me go to run the show. So the pitch order that we're going to do for the semifinalists is we're going to do Hal 9 first, and then Kyle, and then with SST, and then Voirus, then Canna Biscuit, in that order. So Javier, are you prepared?
Yep, ready, John.
Okay.
Whenever you ask me to.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you, Richard, stop sharing your screen.
Yeah.
And then Javier, share your screen. You know you're spotlighted. All right, ready to go when you are.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Javier Luraski. I'm the founder of HAL9. And at HAL9, what we do is we help data scientists build web applications. Building up web applications, it's kind of hard. So we help data scientists with a very simplified platform that allows them to scale and build those applications faster. And specifically, we're helping startups like the ones that we have today build data products. So if you have a startup and have a data scientist, or aspire to have a data scientist, we bring the software as a service platform and the resources to help you be successful. We already helped 7 customers on a few different industries like healthcare, photography, and material sciences build products for their customers. And we have a top-notch team of engineers from the Seattle area that are here to help you. And yeah, in general, we launched the company last year, and we've been growing consistently revenue over the past 3 quarters. And we had a $200,000 funding goal, and we're close to closing that round, and super excited to talk to all of you.
Thanks so very much. Next we have Kyle.
Imagine you're in the lab performing an important synthesis and realize a key reagent is running low. This could delay a clinical study or even put your job at risk. I'm Kyle, CEO and co-founder of Scaled Solutions Technologies, or SST, and along with many colleagues have personally experienced this multi-billion-dollar problem. But now we have a solution that can provide reliable, real-time supply information through automated data capture. With our annual license tiered on lab size, both customers and investors see a large return on investment. The concept is that RFID tagged items are scanned and weighed in a single motion, which instantly updates a cloud database. The SST team is currently piloting the technology with a local pharma partner, recruiting other beta customers, and raising a seed round for product development and marketing. Join us on our mission to benefit healthcare and the environment with lab supply in real time.
Cool. Thank you so very much. Next, we have
Pankaj, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi everyone. This is Pankaj. I'm co-founder at Furious. So the world is entering the new age of robotics, where enterprises are looking to integrate them in existing workflows for logistics, agriculture, survey, and BVLOS operations. And this brings the question of how to manage a fleet of unmanned robotic systems. This is where Furious comes in. Whether it's hardware agnostic, plug-and-play SaaS solution, Furious aims to democratize robotic adoption for all. Its internet-independent architecture allows it to control any robotic system and work even in internet-denied regions. Having already done Southeast Asia's first BVLOS drone delivery operations, delivering COVID vaccines to patients, Furious has the opportunity to manage hundreds of such drones in different industries with existing clients in pipeline. With a subscription starting at $99 and going up to $266 per drone per month, Furious aims to create an internet or robotic system for enterprises while making sure that these robots are well connected with the entire value chain. We are looking to raise $2 million in seed funding round and looking for paid POCs. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Anthony, you're next.
Hello, my name is Anthony Steenbergen. I'm the founder of Cannabiscuit Canada. We're an animal health sciences company focused on hemp-based veterinary health products and treats for your pets. Did you know that in 2021, the pet supplement market was valued at 1.9 billion and is forecast to balloon to 3.2 billion by 2030? And it's targeted functional health products that have been identified as the fastest growing pet food market segment. In our first 18 months to market, we've amassed over 600 veterinary clinic and pet specialty retailers across Canada. And now we're set to launch in Asia with a major distributor signed in South Korea. This market is currently fragmented with no leader, and we're poised to grow rapidly through the development of an omni-channel sales network. We're looking to build upon our successful launch with a focus on strategic marketing partnerships, sales channel development, and international market expansion. I'd love to hear from you should you be interested in learning more.
Cool. Thank you so very much. Richard, could you share your screen?
Yep. Let's see
Right.
here.
Go for it.
Okay. So first off, thanks to the 4 semi-finalists for joining us here. So what we did internally was we didn't do a full due diligence, but we looked at a number of different dimensions: financials, market, solution, team, and some key areas there to really try to flesh out, what we did is we set up an internal assessment and we weighted those. And then that's what allowed us to kind of shortlist these guys.